What if I told you that one of the biggest scandals of our generation still feels unfinished? What if I told you thousands of pages were released, names were unsealed, flight logs published, and yet the biggest question still hangs in the air? Who was really involved, and why does this story refuse to die? Tonight, we open the Epstein files, but the deeper we go, the more uncomfortable it becomes. Stay with me. Jeffrey Epstein was arrested in 2019 on federal charges of sex trafficking minors. That is fact. He had previously received a controversial plea deal in 2008 that many believed was unusually lenient. That is also fact. He moved in circles that included billionaires, politicians, royalty, academics, celebrities. And that is where the mystery begins. Because Epstein was not publicly powerful. He wasn't elected. He didn't run a global corporation. So how did he build a network that reached into the highest levels of society? That question is what ignited everything. In 2024, thousands of court documents were unsealed. The internet exploded. Headlines claimed, "The client list is out. Powerful elites exposed. Everything revealed." But here's where reality separates from narrative. The released files contained names mentioned in depositions, witnesses, associates, accusers, people who had social contact. Being named did not automatically mean guilt. But online, that distinction disappeared. And once that line blurs, emotion takes over. Then there was the death. August 2019, Epstein was found dead in a federal jail cell. Official ruling, suicide. But the cameras malfunctioned. 2 guards reportedly failed to properly monitor him. He had previously been placed on suicide watch. And suddenly, a man connected to powerful circles dies before trial. No courtroom. No cross-examination, no public unraveling, just silence. And silence creates space, and space creates theories. The phrase, "Epstein didn't kill himself," spread globally within weeks. Memes, podcasts, documentaries, threads. But underneath the jokes was something deeper. Distrust. When powerful people appear connected and accountability feels incomplete, the public imagination accelerates. And once trust cracks, everything looks suspicious. Now let's address the biggest viral claim, the so-called secret client list. Despite widespread posts claiming a hidden master list of elite criminals, no verified public document has confirmed the existence of a single, organized blackmail client ledger. That does not mean crimes didn't occur. They did. Victims testified. Convictions happened. Ghislaine Maxwell was tried and sentenced. But the internet's version of events is often larger than the documented one. And that gap fuels the fire. Here's what makes this case different. Epstein operated for years despite allegations. He secured a controversial plea deal. He maintained elite relationships. And only after renewed investigation was he arrested again. That timeline creates perception, and perception drives belief. When institutions appear slow or protective, people assume concealment, whether justified or not. But here's something rarely discussed. What if the reason this case feels incomplete is psychological? Epstein died before trial. There was no televised reckoning, no dramatic exposure of networks. The story ended before the climax. And human beings hate unfinished endings. We crave resolution. So when resolution doesn't arrive, we construct it. Meanwhile, in the noise, real victims exist. Women who testified to being trafficked as minors, lawsuits, depositions, settlements, lives permanently altered. While the internet hunts for elite codes, those realities remain. That part is not theory. So what are the real secrets of the Epstein files? Not secret handshakes, not Hollywood symbols, but uncomfortable truths. Number 1, influence can distort justice. Number 2, institutional failures can delay accountability. Number 3, when transparency feels incomplete, public trust fractures. And once fractured, it rarely fully repairs. The Epstein case has become symbolic, a symbol of elite proximity, a symbol of perceived immunity, a symbol of distrust in powerful systems. Even if every page were released tomorrow, would everyone believe it? Or has the narrative already outrun the evidence? That question is bigger than Epstein. It's about us. Final rise, strong but controlled. Because in the digital age, information spreads instantly, emotion spreads faster, and suspicion spreads fastest of all. The files were unsealed, the documents were published, the convictions happened, but the story? The story refuses to close. And maybe the real mystery is not what was hidden, but why uncertainty has become more powerful than proof. This is the Rabbit Files, and the rabbit hole never really ends. Stay curious, stay critical, and question everything. You've reached the end of this file, but the tunnel doesn't end here. There are more questions, more shadows, more stories waiting in the dark. If you're curious enough to keep walking, subscribe. If you're brave enough to question reality, follow. Because once you step into the Rabbit Files, you don't just watch, you observe. New files open soon. Stay aware, stay curious, and don't look back.